Welcome, everyone. We are live tonight. I trust that everyone had a phenomenal day today, whether it was productive, whether it was cool, calm, collected, irrelevant. But as long as you had a good day, and if you didn't have a good day, well, you are about to have a better day. So don't fret over what has transpired. Let us look forward to what we can create, right? So I'm going to flip over from fan base so that I can read the chapter to you. I might read two chapters. I don't know. But I trust that when you listen to the chapters, you won't just listen because you have ears, but you will listen with your heart and you will apply. You will apply what you learn because that is the whole purpose, is it not? To apply what we learn. And if you hear scripture tonight, please don't clutch your pearls. You think scripture was the first to be there? No. Scripture copied the principles. Noah, scripture copied the principles. Okay. The principles were here first and they will be here long after any holy book. And you know what makes a book holy? The principles within it. So don't lose yourself. One moment, please. All right, y'all. Feeling is the secret. Chapter 2. Sleep. The life that occupies 1/3 of our stay on earth is the natural door into the subconscious. So it is with sleep that we are now concerned. The conscious 2/3 of our life on earth is measured by the degree of attention we give sleep. Our understanding of and delight in what sleep has to bestow will cause us night after night to set out for it as though we were keeping an appointment with a lover. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men in slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. Job 33. It is in sleep and in prayer, a state akin to sleep, that man enters the subconscious to make his impressions and receive his instructions. In these states, the conscious and subconscious are creatively joined. The male and female become one flesh. Sleep is the time when the male or conscious mind turns from the world of sense to seek its lover or subconscious self. The subconscious, unlike the woman of the world who marries her husband to change him. Oh, whoa, let's say it again because we know some things to be true, don't we, ladies? The subconscious, unlike the woman of the world who marries her husband to change him, has no desire to change the conscious waking state, but loves it as it is and faithfully reproduces its likeness in the world, in the outer world of form. So you see, ladies, the subconscious mind does not change you. It amplifies who you say you are. It accepts you as you say you are. We can learn a thing or two from the subconscious mind, but I digress. The conditions and events of our life are your children formed from the molds of your subconscious impressions in sleep. They are made in the image and likeness of your innermost feeling, that they may reveal you to yourself. But let me slide in here for a minute. Listen, I was listening to Dick Gregory, and he said, you work for 8, well, I'm at work for 9 hours. I get an hour for lunch. So I'm at work for 9 hours. That extra hour that I'm at work for 9, do you know where it comes from? It comes from my sleep time. Oh, you doubt me? Look around you. You are at work. When you get home, how much time is left? You're going to have to cut into your sleep time. Let me ask you something. Do you know why that is? Because sleep is one of the most powerful times that we have. And if we are robbed of that power, oh, let's not get into conspiracy, but I'm saying to you tonight that sleep is the most important time. Okay? Sleep is the most powerful time you and I have. So if bits and pieces of sleep are stolen, then your power is diminished. So let me tell you something. Don't burn the midnight oil trying to sort out a problem. Don't burn the candle at both ends trying to sort out your life. Listen to how you actually do it. It says, the conditions and events of your life are your children, formed from the molds of your subconscious impressions in sleep. They are made in the image and likeness of your innermost feeling, that they may reveal you to yourself. As in heaven, so on earth. Matthew 6, verse 10. Luke 11, verse 2. As in the subconscious, so on earth. Whatever you have in consciousness as you go to sleep is the measure of your expression in the waking 2/3 of your life on earth. Let me tell you something. When the Bible tells you, do not let the sun go down on your anger, do you understand what it's saying? It doesn't mean you should be all lovey dovey with your spouse. That's not what it means. It means before you close your eyes to sleep, let go of the trouble that has plagued you throughout the day. Because if you take your trouble with you into sleep, uh, you give birth to it during your waking time. So don't go to sleep angry at somebody. Scripture tells you, if you are going to pray, forgive the person you're upset with. Why? Angela, you don't know what they did to me. How can I forgive somebody who was so vile and so cruel? Do you want to know why you forgive them? You forgive them because when you slide into sleep, sleep does not care who you are angry with. Sleep cares that you're angry. So if you're angry as you fall asleep, if you are in pain as you fall asleep, if you are lonely as you fall asleep, those are the children you give birth to in the morning when you wake up. So be selfish and make sure that you don't take nonsense into your sleep. Do not take nonsense into your sleep. That is one of the most sacred times that you have. Take what is good, what is true, what is honest, what is a good report. Take that into your sleep. Why, you ask? Because when you wake up in the morning, my beautiful friends, that is what will greet you. You know this as well as I do. You go to sleep pissed off, you wake up pissed off. But if you go to sleep in a beautiful state of mind, what do you think you will wake up like? In a beautiful state of mind. And what will your day become? Hmm, a beautiful expression. But don't take my word for it. Try it out. Anyhow, let us continue. Whatever you have in consciousness as you go to sleep is the measure of your expression in the waking 2/3 of your life on earth. Nothing stops you from realizing your objective, save your failure to feel that you are already that which you wish to be, or that you are already in possession of the thing you sought. Listen, you cannot fail. This is what he's saying. You cannot fail in whatever it is you want to do unless you don't believe in it. Ow. So your subconscious gives form to your desires only when you feel your wish fulfilled. It's okay, we'll practice at the end, don't worry. The unconsciousness of sleep is the normal state of the subconscious. Because all things come from within yourself, and your conception of yourself determines that which comes. Well, you should always feel the wish fulfilled before you drop off to sleep. Hello? You never draw out of the deep of yourself that which you want. You always draw that which you are. And you are that which you feel yourself to be, as well as that which you feel is true of others. Mhm. Listen, to be realized, then, the wish must be resolved into the feeling of being, or having, or witnessing the state sought. This is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the feeling which comes in response to the question. He's telling you how to do it. Before you put your head on your pillow, ask yourself, how would I feel were my wish realized? In other words, how would I feel if I were the man or the woman I wanted to be in the world? How would I feel? Oh, and when you ask yourself how you would feel, when you ask yourself how you would feel, you will get a feeling. You will get a feeling. And you see that feeling? Don't think about it, feel it. Don't think about how you would feel. I'm not asking you to think, I'm asking you to feel. So, what you feel, you experience. So, he says, ask yourself, how would I feel were my wish realized? And the feeling which should, that is the feeling that should monopolize and immobilize your attention as you relax into sleep. You must be in the consciousness of being or having that which you want to be or to have before you drop off to sleep. Once asleep, man has no freedom of choice. His entire slumber is dominated by his last waking concept of himself. It follows, therefore, that he should always assume the feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction before he retires in sleep. The scripture says, come before me with singing and thanksgiving. Psalm 95, verse 2. And enter into his gates with thanksgiving and enter his courts with praise. Psalm 100, verse 4. Your mood prior to sleep defines your state of consciousness as you enter into the presence of your everlasting lover, the subconscious mind. You see, we think, let's slide in here a little bit. We think a lover is a man, we think a lover is a woman, but that is not the case. You know why? Because a man or a woman can disappoint, can let you down, can fail you. But your subconscious is a faithful lover. Why is that? Because a lover always tends to give you what you want, doesn't it? Think about that for a moment. They touch you right, they say the right thing. They smell a particular way. But you see, the subconscious mind far surpasses any lover you think that can possibly satisfy you. So when you slide into sleep, your mood prior to sleep defines your state of consciousness as you enter into the presence of your everlasting lover. A lover that does not say, give me 20 minutes, baby. No, subconscious mind doesn't need a break. It doesn't need a moment to catch itself. It says, do it again. I can handle it. Do it again. That's what your subconscious mind says. So she sees you exactly as you feel yourself to be. If, as you prepare for sleep, you assume and maintain the consciousness of success by feeling I am successful, not thinking or repeating I am successful. No, feeling I am successful. You must be successful. Why? Because as within, so without. But here's what he says: lie flat on your back with your head level with your body. Feel as you would were you in possession of your wish, and quietly relax into unconsciousness. Sleep. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 121, verse 4. Nevertheless, he giveth his beloved sleep. Psalm 127, verse 2. The subconscious never sleeps. Listen, let me slide in here for a moment. I had a friend of mine call me and said, "Oh my God, you'll never guess what happened to me. I jumped up awake one night and I moved just so, and then bam, this thing fell out of the ceiling. And if I was still asleep, it would have probably hurt me when it hit me." The subconscious mind is never asleep. It sees all, hears all, knows all. And that is what woke them up that night, to protect them. You see, we take it for granted when we hear go left and we say, "Ooh, I'm sure glad I listened." We take it for granted when we say, "Oh my God, I should have listened." We take it for granted. But the subconscious never sleeps. Why not? Because sleep is the door through which the conscious waking mind passes to be creatively joined to the subconscious. Sleep conceals the creative act while the objective world reveals it. As within, so without. What more beautiful description of this romance of the conscious and subconscious is there than told in the Song of Solomon? Listen, we think the Song of Solomon has to do with some beautiful woman whose breasts are like grapes and a man whose thighs are like pillars of alabaster. You read Song of Solomon, you get a little bit heated, don't you? Well, I've read it before. It really is quite erotic when you read the Song of Solomon. But the Song of Solomon has nothing to do with a naked man or a naked woman. But here's what it has to do with. By night on my bed, I sought him whom my soul loveth. I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him, and I not let him go until I had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. Do you know what that means? Here's what it means. Preparing to sleep, you feel yourself into the state of the answered wish and then relax into the unconsciousness. You realized, or it says, your realized wish is he whom you seek. By night on your bed, you seek the feeling of the wish fulfilled, that you may take it with you into the chamber of her that conceived you, into sleep, or the subconscious which gave you form, that this wish also may be given expression. This is the way to discover and conduct your wishes into the subconscious. Feel yourself in the state of the realized wish and quietly drop off to sleep. Ponder that for a moment. Night after night, you should assume the feeling of being, having, and witnessing that which you seek to be, to possess, and to see manifested. Never go to sleep feeling discouraged or dissatisfied. Never sleep in the consciousness of failure ever. Your subconscious, whose natural state is sleep, sees you as you believe yourself to be. And whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, the subconscious will faithfully embody your belief. As you feel, so do you impress her. And she, the perfect lover, gives form to these impressions and outpictures them as the children of her beloved. Eh? Listen, in the world, right? You may not know who listen. I'm going to say this to you. In the world, as a man, you may not know who your real children are. Oh, all she has to say is, it's your baby. And you believe her, right? But you see, in the subconscious, you will always see that exactly which you are. There will be no denying your offspring in the subconscious. Because as you say you are, so must you be in the conscious realm. Huh? Just an observation, but I digress. Song of Solomon again, he says, "Mm, Thou art all fair, my love. There is no spot in thee." Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 7. That is the attitude of mind to adopt before dropping off to sleep. Thou art all fair, my love. There is no spot or there is no blemish in thee. Disregard appearances and feel that things are as you wish them to be. Why? For he calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and the unseen becomes seen. Romans 4, verse 17. To assume the feeling of satisfaction is to call conditions into being which will mirror satisfaction. Signs follow, they do not proceed. We're out here in these streets asking for a sign. You cannot get a sign until you act. The signs have to follow you like sheep. Hello? Mm. Proof that you are will follow the consciousness that you are. It will not precede it. You see, you must believe before you can see it. Mm, because it is the belief that gives it life, eh? Listen, you are an eternal dreamer, dreaming non eternal dreams. Your dreams take form as you assume the feeling of your reality. Do not limit yourself to the past. Knowing that nothing is impossible to consciousness, begin to imagine states beyond the experiences of the past. You know what that's telling you? It's telling you, honey, your trauma is a thing of the past. Even though you can open your eyes and you see it and you say, well, no, it's not. The principles are telling you nothing is impossible to consciousness. Begin to imagine states beyond the experiences of the past. The past is not a dictator for your life, honey. You are. But I digress. Whatever the mind of man can imagine, man can realize. All objective or visible states were first subjective or invisible states, and you called them into visible by assuming the feeling of their reality. Oh, yes, but that's okay. Don't get mad. It's all right. As long as you understand that that's what you did, we can change it. The creative process is first imagining and then believing the state imagined. Wait, what? The creative process is first imagining and then believing the state imagined. Always imagine and expect the best. The world cannot change until you change your conception of it, as within, so without. Nations as well as people are only what you believe them to be. no matter what the problem is, no matter where it is, no matter whom it concerns. You have no one to change but yourself, and you have neither opponent nor helper in bringing about the change within yourself. You have nothing to do but convince yourself of the truth of that which you desire to see manifested. As soon as you succeed in convincing yourself of the reality of the state sought, well, results follow to confirm your fixed belief. You never suggest to another the state which you desire to see him express. What? You never suggest to another the state which you desire to see him express. Instead, you convince yourself that he is already that which you desire him to be. Realization of your wish is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You cannot fail unless you fail to convince yourself of the reality of your wish. A change of belief is confirmed by a change of expression. Every night, as you drop off to sleep, feel satisfied and spotless. For your subjective lover always forms the objective world in the image and likeness of your conception of it, the conception defined by your feeling. The waking two-thirds of your life on earth ever corroborate or bear witness to your subconscious impressions. The actions and events of the day are effects, they are not causes. Free will is only freedom of choice. Oh, free will is only freedom of choice because once you choose, everything unfolds according to the choice that you've made. So the free will is in the choice because you have no way of forcing that thing to express itself. For example, free will is only freedom of choice means you chose to plant roses, then you're stuck with them. You can't change. You've chosen to plant roses. Well, then they grow. So whatever you choose, you become. But I digress. Choose ye this day whom ye shall serve. Joshua 24:15 is your freedom to choose the kind of mood you assume. But the expression of the mood is the secret of the subconscious mind. The subconscious receives impressions only through the feelings of man, and in a way known only to itself, gives these impressions form and expression. The actions of man are determined by his subconscious impressions, his illusions of free will. His belief in freedom of action is but ignorance of the causes which make him act. Let me say that to you again. His illusion of free will, his belief in freedom of action, is but ignorance of the causes which make him act. You think you just act? No. You act according to the mood, honey. You act according to the mood. So once you have chosen the mood, that's where free will ends. I'm going to sip this water. Why? Why is it that free will ends after you make the choice? Because man awake is under compulsion to express his subconscious impressions. If in the past he unwisely impressed himself, then let him begin to change his thought and feeling, for only as he does, so will he change his world. Do not waste one moment in regret. For to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. You walk around with feelings of regret. You walk around with feelings of, oh, poor me, as within, so without. You will act according to those feelings. So he says, do this instead. Let the dead bury the dead. Matthew 8:22, Luke 9, verse 60. Turn from appearances and assume the feeling that would be yours were you already the one you wish to be. Feeling a state produces that state. You see, the part you play on the world's stage is determined by your conception of yourself. By feeling your wish fulfilled and quietly relaxing into sleep. You see, you cast yourself in a starring role to be played on earth tomorrow. And while asleep, you are rehearsed and instructed in your part. The acceptance of the end automatically wills the means of realization. That's exactly telling you why free will is an illusion. And it's not that it is an illusion. It is that we think free will means something other than the free will to choose. Free will. I have the free will to choose. But once I make that choice, it unfolds and it blossoms in my world. But let us carry on. The acceptance of the end automatically wills the means of realization. Make no mistake about this. If, as you prepare for sleep, you do not consciously feel yourself into the state of the answered wish, well, then you will take with you into the chamber of her who conceived you the sum total of the reactions and feelings of the waking day. And while asleep, you will be instructed in the manner in which they will be expressed tomorrow. You will rise believing that you are a free agent, not realizing that every action and event of the day is predetermined by your concept of yourself as you fell asleep. I'm going to just sit here and look at you till it sinks in. It says, if as you prepare for sleep, you do not consciously feel yourself into the state of the answered wish, then you will take with you into the chamber of her who conceived you the sum total of the reactions and feelings of the waking day. And while asleep, you will be instructed in the manner in which they will be expressed tomorrow. And you will rise believing that you are a free agent, not realizing that every action and event of the day is predetermined by your concept of self as you fell asleep. Your only freedom, then, is your freedom of reaction. You are free to choose how you feel and react to the day's drama. But the drama, the actions, events, and circumstances of the day have already been determined. How? By the way you fell asleep. That's how. Unless you consciously and purposefully define the attitude of mind with which you go to sleep, you unconsciously go to sleep in the composite attitude of mind made up of all feelings and reactions of the day. Every reaction makes a subconscious impression. And unless counteracted by an opposite and more dominant feeling, is the cause of future action. Ideas enveloped in feeling are creative actions. Oh, I don't understand. Say it again, Angela. Ideas enveloped in feeling are creative actions. In other words, the idea that you feel is the action you will take. But Angela, I still don't get it. Well, let me say it to you this way then. If you were creating something, say you had an idea to uh, sew something, you know, I watched this chick who crochets. You wouldn't think that crocheting is satisfying at all, but it is. It says ideas developed in feeling are creative actions. She got this image in her mind's eye. She was going to make a cardigan, a sweater with a collar or a hoodie, right? And she saw the image in her mind's eye and she was like, oh my God, that would be so cute. And as soon as she saw it in her mind and she felt how cute it would be, so that when she walks down the street, people are like, oh my God, that's glorious. Where did you get it? She says, I made that. You see that feeling that she says, ooh, I made that? She had no choice but to make it because of the feeling of, ooh, yes, honey, I made that. So you see, ideas enveloped in feeling are creative actions. Use your divine right wisely. You do not sit, okay, and ruminate about things that leave you feeling stressed out and dissatisfied. That is unwise because you know what will happen, right? You gonna have to wake up in the morning and be dissatisfied. Is that what you want? No. So use your divine right wisely. Through your ability to think and feel, you have dominion over all creation. You see, when I say that you have dominion over all creation, you think that means I got the power. That's what you think it means. It doesn't mean power over others. It means the power to call those things which are not as though they were, and then you get to watch them become. I digress. You know what? Let me take a sip of water and slow myself down because it is bedtime after all. While you are awake, you are a gardener selecting seed for your garden. But except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. John 12, verse 24. Your conception of yourself as you fall asleep is the seed you drop into the ground of the subconscious. Dropping off to sleep feeling satisfied and happy compels conditions and events to appear in your world which conform or confirm these attitudes of mind. Sleep is the door into heaven. What you take in as a feeling, you bring out as a condition, action, or object in space. So, sleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. As in consciousness, so on earth. That is the end of chapter 2. I'm not going to read any more tonight. But let me tell you this. Let me scroll backwards because I highlight things. The acceptance of the end automatically wills the means of realization. But here now, let me caution you and tell you to not lie to yourself. When you want something, okay? When you want something and you say, oh, I have to have that. What does it feel like to you when you say that? Are there feelings of conflict that arise? If there are feelings of conflict that arise, notice the difference between the thing accepted and the thing that you are in conflict with. The thing that you are in conflict with, you have conflict within. You will experience conflict on the outside. And what I'm trying to explain to you here is unrequitedness. Okay? You've got to learn to differentiate the difference between unrequitedness and acceptance. Desperation makes us do strange things, brings about the unrequited feelings of, oh my God, I can't have this. I really want it. You understand? You see, what you're wanting to accept is this simple thing, that whatsoever you ask for in prayer, if you believe, if you believe, it will be given to you. If you believe, it will be given to you. That's the scripture. If you believe. But you see, sometimes with us as people, we don't believe. But I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I hope I can. I really want this to work. I really, really want this to work. That, I really, really hope that is not acceptance. Acceptance means that if you plant corn, you know corn will grow. You don't plant corn in the hopes that tomatoes will grow. You plant corn with the knowledge that corn will grow. That is law. Oh, Angela, that's just nature. It is law. So as you feel within your heart, as you feel within your heart, within your bosom, you must learn to differentiate between wishful thinking and acceptance. Oh my God, I really want this to happen. If it doesn't happen, my life will be like totally incomplete. That is wishful thinking. Acceptance means, wait a minute, I just have to hold this image in my mind's eye. I just have to accept the fact that, wait a minute, I fall asleep in a state of satisfaction, then I have to experience satisfaction when I wake up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's the law. And so the law says the law is not a liar. And the law is not going to make a liar out of me because the law will always show me who I am. You see that conviction when you stand 10 toes down, as the young people say? It is that conviction of the truth of what you hold to be true that you bring about in your life. So don't get it twisted. You cannot pretend. You cannot fake your way. You cannot hope for the best. But you must acknowledge the truth, which is the law always works. As within, so without. I have this image in my mind of what I want my life to be. And that image, I'm faithful to that image. I don't let anybody deter me from that image. That image is real to me. And as within, so without. And as they say in Barbados, two twos, just like that, bam, your life unfolds in this beautiful thing that was within. So tonight, as we go into the silence for 5 minutes, here are the steps yet again. Step one, know what you want. Know what you want. Step two, Rehearse in imagination what you would actually do in reality. Yes. Rehearse what you would do. Rehearse it in your imagination, what you would do in real life were it true. What would you do? Now you see, step 3, it is accompanied by a sensation in your body. Allow the sensation to saturate your entire being. Allow the sensation to permeate every fiber of your being. Allow the sensation to penetrate you. Be still as it fills you up, as you feel the thrill. Let it just stay still and let it fill you up because the feeling is so magnificent. You have to lay still and go, step 1. Know what you want. Step 2, rehearse in imagination what you would actually do in reality. Step 3, feel the reality of it in your body. From head to toe, every fiber of your being, feel it. You have the 3 steps. Now let us go into the silence for 5 minutes and rehearse. And there concludes our 5 minutes. Practice, practice, because that is all the difference in the world. Practice. Step one, know what you want. Step two, rehearse in your imagination what it would be like in reality. What would you be doing? And three, stand still, lay still, sit still, and allow the sensation of step two to saturate your body. Ow, to fill you up. As Neville Goddard says, feel the thrill of it. Ow. I digress. Anyway, who spent some time with us tonight? Um, Shani is my real name. Hello, Shani is my real name. Hugh. Oh God. Sorry. Listen. Let me not cackle. It's gonna make my rooster crow this late at night. This nutmeg in the chat telling me his name is Hugh Jass. Hugh, Hughjass, Hugh Jass. Look, child, you just cracked me up. You must know I love a good laugh. Uh, Mo Bamba is in the house. Hakeem Hooper is in the house. Hello, Hakeem. Look, I'm sorry, but that was funny, okay? I'm sorry, that was real funny. Um, Wisdom Almighty, Sugar Visions, Miss Charms. Hello. Moon and Dolphin Duck, my lovely Casey, and my sweet Flo Smiles. Ow. You guys spent this evening with me, and I want to say thank you. It was just greatly appreciated. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday. But those of us on Fanbase, we know what time it is. Fanbase tomorrow, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. 3 p.m., Narration 101. 4 p.m., traditional Chinese medicine. Listen, we're going to be on camera. We're going to be doing it live because tomorrow, all of that is just simply acupressure points, okay? Oh, we're going to be touching our bodies tomorrow. So wear comfortable clothes, okay? And then 5 o'clock, I don't know if we'll have the group coaching room, but I'm down for it. And at 6 o'clock, the alien room, extraterrestrial room. Oh, yes. Listen, that is lit. If you don't know what it is, you will when you show up. Okay. And that's only exclusively on Fanbase tomorrow. Starting right at 3 p.m. You know how we roll. I'm looking forward to it. But anywho, thank you all for coming out tonight and spending this time with me. It is truly a pleasure and a privilege to be in your company. It really is. I appreciate you and your time and your you just listen. I don't even have enough holy water to sprinkle on you, but I thank you for that because you just totally released some endorphins in my body tonight. So thank you, huge ass. Sorry. Oh God. Anywho, let me get the chime. We're gonna play the nighttime chime for a minute or two, and then initiate the countdown. Oh, have mercy, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Much love to each and every one of you. And you know I'll see you on Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fan base, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love you. Listen, I'm still laughing about huge ass. Sorry. That seems corny to you, but oh Lord have mercy, that is so best. Come, Miss Charms. Come. Welcome, Miss Charms. Welcome.
Oh, hey there. What time Pacific Standard Time are you going to be tapping in tomorrow?
Oh, Pacific Standard Time, you say?
Yeah, it's 8 p.m. right now where I'm
It's 8 p.m. It is 9 p.m. for me. So
at. Okay.
standard, when I go live at 3 p.m.,
It'll
you,
be 2 p.m.
yeah, that's right. 2 p.m. Hello, Grace.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
You're so welcome, Miss Charms. So, yes, that's what we'll be doing. Right here on Fanbase. Look, I will be laughing about that for quite some time. I just I can't. Flo Smiles, I'm sorry. But that's the funniest thing I heard all night. Oh, save me, Jesus. That was funny. Mm. Anywho, whew, whew. I'll be laughing for the rest of the evening. I am sure of it. Anyhow, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Fanbase. I love you all. And I will see you. Twitter is closed.